My pranams to all the members of Meditation Study Circle. My pranams to all Atma Jyotis. I welcome all of you for today's session of the talk on series of talks on spectrum of consciousness. We have heard the light spectrum of light, violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, red. Light has a spectrum. One color, white color of light. The light is white in color. It appears as multiple colors, violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, red, and infinite variety of colors in the world. One light, white light, appears as variety of things, variety of colors. The multiplicity, diversity comes from the source, which is the light, which is called Atma Jyoti. The consciousness is the light. The source is the light, Atma Jyoti. From the source, Atma Jyoti, the entire world of multiplicity, variety, everything appears. Infinite variety, infinite objects in the world. So that's why I call these topics as spectrum of consciousness. Just like spectrum of light, the spectrum of consciousness. Multiple things emerge out of consciousness. Multiple things appear and emerge from the Atma Jyoti, the light of the self. So today we are going to take up one specific aspect called world is world. How can the world be world? Word is what comes from my mind, and world is out there. How can the world be world? This is the theme. The scriptures say entire world appeared from the word of God. The word of God is called Vedas. At least the world is the word of God called Vedas. The Veda mantras are nothing but manifestation of the world. First is world from the God's point of view, creation point of view. In Bible it said that in the beginning there was word, W-O-R-D, and world appeared from that word. So this is the appearance of the world. Now let us look at it in the adhyatmic sense, in the spiritual sense. What is the meaning of world is world? So let me take up the topic of world is world. How can be the world be the world? Word is world. So when I say word, the word is word involves languages. Many languages of the world. English, Hindi, Marathi, Tamil, French, German. All of us know that word is required for communication. But how word can be word? How word can be word? Is it possible? So this is the talk which is given for today's meditation study circle members. So Sri Shankaracharya says, Tat Tvam Asi, you are that. That is called Brahman here, the supreme reality. In a common man's language, you are God. So the meaning of this is told in a very simple way. Brahma Satya, Jagan Mithya. The God alone is reality. Brahman alone is reality. The world is unreal, Mithya. Now here is the catch. What is the catch? Shankaracharya's world is unreal. Sri Shankaracharya says, world is unreal. And what I am trying to say, world is world. Which of this is true? What Shankaracharya says, world is unreal. Okay. So what I am trying to say, world is world. So which of these statements you have to understand? World is world, world is unreal. Hence, the world is unreal. World is unreal, but world is world. So that's why world is unreal. Is it true? All of us in our life live with the reality of the world. Reality of the world and world, both. Right? We live in a very real reality of the world. World is real for us, and world is also real for us. World is real for us, and world is also real for us. For all of us, world is also real, and world is also real. Word is W-O-R-D, word, comes to tongue. W-O-R-L-D, word, is what we see in the world. So is world real for you? And world real for you? If I say donkey, D-O-N-K-E-Y, so nothing, it doesn't make sense to you. D-O-N-K-E-Y. Y-O-U, D-O-N-K-E-Y. It doesn't make sense to you. The moment I say you are donkey, then something happens inside you. Blood starts boiling. Okay. Anger starts coming. And you behave like a donkey only. That means my simple word, you are a donkey, has made you into behave like a donkey only. Your word has become donkey's word just by my word. So this Shiva Sutra, in Shiva Sutra says Matrika Shakti. The power, Matrika means alphabets, Akshara. Matrika Shakti means power of Aksharam. So A, E, these are Aksharams. They have a power. When they put them together, they appear like word. And word creates reactions within us. Emotional reaction, fear, anxiety. Stock market is crashing. Just my word. Already your mood starts crashing. Stock market is crashing tomorrow. Gone. My whole mood is gone. So at least one thing we understand. Words affect your mental world. Right? Outer world or word in which somebody speaks affects your mental world. That's clear to you. Your emotional world all gets disturbed. That Shiva calls it as Matrika Shakti, power of words. D-O-N-K-E-Y, nothing makes nothing. Donkey, oh, you start jumping. Right? So basically it brings some change within you. Your mental world gets what word. So this is clear to you. Word is world. At least mental world. Physical world we'll see. So that's why it said, be careful about what you speak. Whatever you speak becomes reality. If not in the outer world, it becomes reality in the internal world, inner world. Because your world will start affecting your inner world. So first level of understanding, word is world. Have you understood? Words spoken by somebody or words spoken by you will affect you. Mental world. We have a physical world, we have a mental world. Which world is more important for us? Physical world or mental world? Ultimately, it's mental world, it makes differently. So be careful about your tongue. Whatever you speak, words you speak, creates a world within you. That's why earlier times, my mother used to say, there are tathastu devatas. Where are the devatas? They are all sitting in the top house. Whatever you speak becomes real. Be careful. Whatever you speak becomes real to you internally. First level. World is your world. Is it clear? Now we are speaking of the world outside. World outside. The physical world, which is available to sense organs. Sri Shankaracharya says, Jagat Mithya means the world you see, perceive, is Mithya, unreal. Okay, let us understand Sri Shankaracharya's teaching. Brahma Satya, Jagan Mithya. Brahman alone is real, world is unreal. So there's a very beautiful sloka in Chandogya Upanishad. Chandogya Upanishad 6.1.4. It's called Vacharam Bharanam. The word is called Vacharam Bharanam. So you have remembered many technical terms in Vedanta. So add to your dictionary another word called Vacharam Bharanam. Okay. This is a very important word. Shankaracharya's meaning, Shankaracharya, when he says Jagat Mithya, the Jagat Mithya comes from Chandogya Upanishad, Vacharam Bharanam. So Vacharam Bharanam in your language, in your English language, it's called namesake. In Hindi, it's called Namke Vaste. Vedanta uses a word called Namke Vaste, it's called Vacharam Bharanam. It comes from Chandogya Upanishad. Shvetaketu is being taught by his father. Okay, Mithyatva of the world. He takes a lump from a single lump of earth. Sarvam Mrityamayam. Everything is made out of a single lump of mud. The pot, the cup, the spoon, everything comes. Okay. So all of these are Vacharam Brahm. That means they are all Namke Vaste, he says. For namesake. Namke Vaste means namesake. To explain about Brahman, Shvetaketu's father, who is his guru also, Uddalaka, teaches him, take some mud. From mud you can make many things. Okay, you can make a pot, you can make a cup, or you can make a plate. They are all Namke Vaste. What is there is mud only. Namesake. Mud only is the reality. Everything else is namesake. Is this clear? So let me take an example. Pot. What do you see as a pot? This is a pot. Okay. So I can drink water. I can drink a cup of coffee in this pot. Is it really pot? What you see is mud only. Is there pot or mud? Depending on what you're looking at. Depending on your eyes. So somebody wants to drink a cup of water. He doesn't give importance to pot, mud. He gives importance to cup. A potter will give importance to mud only. How much mud I'm putting here? In reality, what do you call this? Is it mud or pot? It's mud only. Pot is just a name and form. Namke Vaste. Namesake. That's the meaning of Vacharam Bharanam. So, Shvetaketu, father Uddalaka is telling his, Uddalaka is telling his son Shvetaketu, my dear son Shvetaketu, Mud is the only reality. Everything made out of mud and pot, cup, bucket, whatever you have to do, it's all namesake, naam ke vaste. Similarly, Brahman is the only reality. Everything appearing in the world is naam ke vaste, namesake only. There's only Brahman. So that is the meaning of Mithya. We are not denying Jagat Mithya doesn't mean we are not denying the form and function. We are only denying the essence. So mud in the form of pot. We are denying the name and form. We are only focusing on the essence. Essence of all mud cups, mud plate, essence is mud only. Essence is what we are focusing on. From that, Shankaracharya says, Brahma Satya, essence of everything in the world is Brahman. And Jagat Mithya means Jayate Gachati. Jagat, meaning of the word is Sanskrit, is called Jayate Gachati. It is born, it dies. Born, dies. Everything in the world is changing. Everything in the world, what appears is changing. There's a name and form to that. Everything in the world has a name and form. A tree, sun, moon, a bucket, a human being, everything. Everything is like a wave. It is born, gone. Born, gone. Jayate Gachati. Their namesake, what is there is only Brahman, reality. Now, namesake, Jayate Gachati, is born and gone. Jayate Gachati. It's called Jagat. Jayate means born. Gachati means gone. So, born and gone is called world. Are you born? So, you celebrate birthday. Okay? I'm born on such and such a date. I celebrate birthday. Actually, you're celebrating death day also because you're closer to death also. Birthday and death. Jayate Gachati. You're like a wave. Okay? Everything in the world is born and gone. Jayate Gachati. That's called Jagat. Jagat is Mithya. Right? There is nothing called a wave. Wave is there only photograph. The ocean wave comes and goes. Jayati Gachati. But what remains is water. Similarly, all of you human beings, whatever human beings, animals, trees, plants, sun, moon, everything in the world, including earth, Jayati Gachati. Only time frame is different. So what is Jayati Gachati, born and gone, is Mithya. Is there something called wave? Ah, there's a wave. Show me, show me, show me, show me. The wave itself appears, and by the time you show, it's gone. See, it's a question of time. So you are there for, let's say, your body is there for 40, 50, 60 years. It's a wave. But what is there is Brahman alone. That is the meaning of Vacharam Burnam. Namesake, Naam ke vaste. Everything in the world is Naam ke vaste. Only reality is Brahman. That's the meaning of teaching of Shankaracharya. So, add to your dictionary, Vacharam Burnam comes from Chandogya Upanishad. So that's why Shvetaketu, Uddalaka tells his son, Tattvamasi Shvetaketu, you are that. You are the Brahman, which is unchanging reality behind all. What you call as yourself, body and mind, is Jayate Gachati. Born and gone. Before you realize you are born, you are already gone. Every birthday is your death day also, because you are going closer to death. It's called, we'll break the language. Vacharam Baranam. It's called Vacharam Baranam. Vacha means word. Arambaranam means it's like an ornament. Abharanam. To the essence. Right? So this comes from the Chandogya Upanishad. So let me take another example for you to understand. So let us take a child. A child and a human being and an adult. So see the head of the adult, full of knowledge, science, technology, engineering, mathematics, physics, chemistry, biology, blah, 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 all full of knowledge. Okay. A child is empty. Okay. Child is empty. Now, all as we grow, we fill up our head with a lot of knowledge. Now, what is a word for a child? Because a child has no word. There are no language. There's no thoughts. What is word for a child? Is there something inside and outside? There's out there something, inside there's something. The word is just an experience for the child. Some sensations, touch, feel, sound, touch. But there's no naming. There's no name for the experience. Correct? So child lives in a world of experiences, of sensations. But there's no naming of these sensations. Right? There's no name because child's my brain is mind is not filled with junk. But anyway, we don't tolerate that. We don't like that. Innocent child we don't like, right? We start giving a name. Oh, my dear child, Bangaro, Putta. We start filling the name with the child. Right? So name brings an identity. The moment your name comes into the picture, there's a sense of separation happens. For the child, there's no sense of separation at all. It's just an experience, rising and falling. Jayate gachati. See, when we say world is there, world is jayate gachati, we will say world will take billions of years to go and come. It's not like that. In our experience, world is jayate gachati, moment to moment. Sound is there. Sound is the world. Just appears and disappears. Seeing is there. See, the five senses are showing us the world is jayate gachati. Moment to moment, something is changing. That's all. So do not be under the impression of, jayate gachati means will billions of years or takes. No. Moment to moment, our experiences, world is jayate gachati. Experiences rise and fall. Right? But the experience getting solidified when we give a name to that. So experience start getting solidified when you give a name to that. So I call you, the child is called Bangara. Bangara means gold, because Bangara is a very popular name. Now everybody wants Bangara, gold. Okay, Chinna, Putta, Bangara. Because the child is important or not, gold is important. Right? So the people give the name child Bangaru. The child doesn't know. Bangaru, child will look like this. What Bangaru? Some sound. Jayate gachati. Sound came and went. After some time, the child started, oh, Bangaru means this babe, this me. So Bangaru, the child Bangaru gets separated from the world now by the name. Otherwise, the child and the world is one reality. That's called Advaita. There's no duality. The moment you give the name, you start cutting the child from the world. And we don't like the child becoming one with the world. Child wants to become my child. We start giving a name and we start putting something into the head of the child. So name, the world starts getting the head starts getting filled with the knowledge. The moment knowledge is there is a separation. And language is inherently dualistic. You cannot speak anything without bringing duality. So I speak, I am saying, oh, how are you? The moment you say, how are you? I is created. Sense of me separate from you is created. In reality, there's no separation. Reality all is just the experience, shared experience is going, jayate gachati. Moment to moment, experience is coming and going. That's called nameless experience. Child has a nameless experience. But the moment you start naming, the experience starts getting frozen. Are you understanding? Any experience has two parts. Sound rising through ears. Sight rising through eyes. Touch, smell, taste, form, all these are rising experience and falling. It's like a wave. That's the world. Really, that's the world. Experience is the world. Jayati, gachati. It is born and gone. Before you realize it's gone. Moment to moment. Okay. There is no solid world. The world of experience is there, which is just, that's called nameless experience. But the moment you start giving nameless experience, name, it becomes solidified. But the problem is, you give a name, but name, before you give the name is outdated because the world experience already changed. Look, wave is coming. Where is the wave? Before you even realize the wave is gone, that gone. But the name called wave, you have taken a photograph and kept in your memory. Understand? But that you are using as a world. So what is changing experience? You are frozen in a snapshot, and that you are calling the world. There's no real world there. It's only your names and forms which are recorded in your memory is becoming name and form. And all your language, word, is nothing but your memory. No memory, no word. No memory, no language. No memory, no language, no duality at all. The duality starts the moment language comes. Moment you start freezing the objects of the world in terms of. So what do you call this? Flower. My dear sir, this is a flower. Is there a flower here? What was this flower? A few days back, it was mud. The plant took that mud, using sunlight and water, it created seed. The seed that blossomed into a bud. Bud became a flower. And somebody brought the flower. I put it in the puja room. The moment before I put it in the puja room, it's already, the flower is gone. It is wilted. And no time, it becomes powder and it becomes mud. Mud appeared like flower and it appeared like mud. Where is flower? Some name and form, some photograph of flower. And no two flowers are alike also. Every flower is different. Flower is an energy pattern. Energy pattern is always constantly changing. We give a name to that and start saying it's real. That is called mithya. There's no such thing called flower. There's no object. It's only name and form given to changing energy pattern. Name and form is in memory, and memory becomes our thought. That's why, and thought becomes a word. Word means that. Otherwise, word is just a shift, changing experiences, sensations continuously. If you don't have the language in your mind, you just feel a lot of sensations, rising and falling, rising and falling. That's all this world. Jayate gacchati. So the real culprit is the language. So that's why Shiva says in Shiva Sutra, Jnanam bandha, the knowledge which binds you. Knowledge means name and form. You are recording name and form. By the time you are recording, it's no longer a wave. Only past, it's gone to past. The present moment is just an energy pattern. So what are we living? We are living in some illusionary memory. Of course, it's useful. It's useful, right? Otherwise, how will you find your address? How will you find your home? So you need that memory. It's useful, but not real. That's the meaning of that. So mud pot is mithya. Okay, it's mithya, but it's useful. I can drink water. Mud, I can't drink water. So that's why Brahman is useless. Brahma Satya means Brahman is useless. But Brahman appearing as the world is useful for interactions. But that's not real because it's constantly changing. That's meaning of Brahma Satya, Jagan Nitya. So what is the difference between a child and an adult? The child has no world, please understand. The child lives in a set of experiences. Sensations, rising and falling. Jayate gacchati. Touch, sound, smell, taste. But adult, using his brain and thinking, converts each experience into a memory record. Oh, this person is my friend. Before you say a friend, the friend energy patterns already changed. Body has changed, mind has changed, intellect has changed. But you still record as a friend. We start living in a movie created of still images. That's the meaning of mithya. So this is like, who gives the name and form? So 6 blind people are trying to figure out what an elephant is. Somebody touches the trunk and says, somebody touches the ear and says fan. Somebody touches the leg and says pillar. Somebody touches the tail and says rope. Okay. So now 5 blind people individually or collectively cannot figure out what the hell the elephant is. Only a person with the eyes can see. Blind people cannot make out what the hell elephant is. Right? It's impossible. Because each of them are seeing some part of the elephant. And giving a name to it also. They're right, actually. They can only experience that much. Somebody says rope is right. For him, elephant is a rope only. Somebody says a pillar, for him, element is a pillar only, because he can only experience that much. So these 5 blind people are our 5 sense organs: eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and touch. Each of them have a limited capability. Our eyes cannot see infinite range of light. In fact, an eagle can see much better than us. Our nose can smell only small amount. A dog can smell about half a kilometer away. A bat can hear much better than us. That means there are 5 sense organs, which are like small 5 little holes. It's like 5 little blind men. They are trying to figure out what is going on outside in the world. In reality, the concept of outside and inside also is the mind. Child has no outside and inside. Child has some set of experiences. That's all. There's no concept of outside and inside. The moment you have concept of outside and inside, they say, oh, something out there, something inside. The outside inside itself is a world. WRD, world. The moment you say outside inside, you learn the language of outside inside. Again, you have created the split inside and outside. Otherwise, where is the split? Just the experience rising and falling. That experience is non-dual. But mithya, of course, unreal, because it's changing. Mind is language. No, other than see, mind is nothing but thoughts. Thoughts are nothing but name and form. Name and form is but language. What is mind? Mind is nothing but a bundle of thoughts. Can you think if there is no language? Can you think there is no memory? What is recorded in memory? Some name and form. Name and form becomes thought. Thought becomes the word. How do you have name and form? Because of language only, no? Listen carefully, no? So avidya is, does child has avidya? The child has avidya in potential form. Because it starts losing it. The moment you give them Bangaru, Putta, my child, it starts losing it starts forgetting itself. So Gnani has removed that avidya, understood who am I, right? Who am I? Then he has removed the avidya from the root. Otherwise, the root is there, seed is there. Forgetfulness of who am I. Okay. So you understood the problem. Gnanam bandha. Your knowledge is your bondage. The knowledge is nothing but language. Language is simply name and form. Name and form is nothing but thought. Thought is nothing. The world. And world, what you are recording in memory, is also not this moment. So in our experience, there is a present moment experience, which is just a sensations changing. And recording of that is called memory. And we live always in the past. We never live in the present moment experience. You have never seen anything in life. All of us have never seen anything in life. Because what we see is energy pattern, which is converted by light energy pattern. It is converted by eyes into biological energy pattern. Finally, in a small portion of our brain, this place, we see a picture. We have never seen the world outside. We have seen only a picture here in the head. It's called ophthalmic area, 1 square inch. If you remove 1 square inch, there's no world for you. And there's a memory which gives name to that. So you are creating movie here and thinking that the world outside is there. No, he has a sense of Adnana is there because he feels identified with the body. Somebody living in the forest who has no language, but is much better than you. He has a sense of identity with the body. Because some pain happens, some threat happens, he starts running. Survival instincts are there. Some person living in a forest, person living in a forest, he has no language, but still has a sense of body identity. Okay, some threat happens to body, he'll run. So his sense of duality is still there because of feeling and experience. Okay, a Gnani has removed even that sense of duality through Gnana with Atma Vichara. Okay, so then, is this clear? World is world. Child has no world because child has no word. Word, W-R-D, word is not there for child. World is not there for the child. For child, it's just a sense of experiences rising and falling. A Gnani is again like a child. For him, there's no world, because through root, he has removed the concept of I, me, and mine. The subject is gone. The object is also not there. So from Gnani's point of view, there's no world. And all experiences rising and falling in consciousness are mithya. But compared to a child, Gnani is in a position to use the mithya for transaction, at the time knowing Satya. Child cannot function in the world because it has no language, there's no communication ability. A Gnani can fully function in the world for mithya, knowing fully well Satya. He uses the word for communication. It's like you have gone to a movie, an interactive movie. In the interactive movie, you are able to play with that. So Gnani is able to play with the movie, knowing very well it's movie. Whereas Adnani thinks the movie is real, because for him, world is real and world is real. If I call you donkey, you'll start boiling. For Gandhani, if you call a donkey or monkey, is okay. So for Gandhani, somebody calls it Mahatma Namaskara, he'll say okay. From somebody comes and says, okay, you are a fool, he says okay. For him, it doesn't matter. No identification with the body, mind, or word. So is the word clear? Who created the world? So these five blind people together gives the sense inputs. And mind doesn't even, actually we have never seen the world outside. Inside there's a picture. In that picture you have to give some name. Every name is given inside the picture, thinking that there's outside, there's south, there is somewhere here, there's a pastor, this is my friend, this is my relative, all the names are given here. So you are living in a movie all the time. And movie made out of word, movie made out of language. There's no real word out there, only sense of experiences, energy pattern changing constantly. That's called Shakti. So there are 6 blind people, 5 sense organs and mind. Mind is giving the name, sense organs are giving the form. Now the sense organs also form, because depending on sense organ, it can give different forms. Somebody is color blind, he has no world has no color. Somebody has that yellow disease, right? What is called jaundice. He'll see the world as yellow. Okay, whatever color you see with sense organs is the world. Your sense organs, please understand, are not showing the world. Sense organs are creating world. Are you understanding what I'm saying? Sense organs are not showing you the world outside there. Sense organs are creating an impression of the world for you. Tomorrow, let's say I give you X-ray vision. I'll say, Bacha, take X-ray vision. So the person has X-ray vision. Then he doesn't see any people. He sees also skeleton walking like this. For him, the world is full of skeletons walking. The sense organs are creating world for you. What is there out there? Energy. Out of energy, sense organs are creating. And mind is giving a name. By giving the name, you are actually living in the past. So everything is happening. World is world. If you have X-ray eyes, if I have gamma vision, I'm saying there's an energy pattern there. I'm saying energy pattern is there. Out there, energy pattern. Energy pattern is like fluid. Depending on what your sense organ perceives, you take the form out of it. If your eyes have gamma vision, you don't see anything in the world, because energy, you can't see anything. If you have X-ray vision, you'll see something.
Still, there is an energy pattern, right?
I'm saying, energy pattern is fluid. Out of the energy pattern, you're picking up something based on the word and world. Okay, let us give you another example. So what are we seeing? A boat here. What are we seeing is a rocket here. Both are nothing but paper. Boat has a function, it can float in water. Rocket has a function, it can fly. But both are paper. So what is the reality? Paper is the reality. Boat and rocket, they are changing forms. So now changing forms, if you open it, but paper you cannot change. Paper is fundamental. Like that, Brahman is the fundamental reality. Brahman is Satya. And name and form are Nam ke vaste, Vacharam Varanam, Mithya. Like that. A pot, I give example. Gold ornaments. Ornaments. Okay. wave and ocean. So ornament is here, wave and ocean here. Let me say, somebody goes to a shopkeeper, lady. Give me a beautiful necklace. So she gives a beautiful necklace. So that necklace is 1.5 lakh rupees. Why? Because so much of gold. Lady is attracted by the necklace shape. The shop owner only sees gold. How much gold is there in it? Their visions are different. Shop owner vision is gold kitna hai? Paisa kitna? How much gold, how much money? The lady's vision is form of the gold. Okay. Similarly, for a person in Adnana, for him the form of the world is real. For Adnani, Brahman in the form of the world is real. they are both are seeing same thing. But what they are seeing is different. For Adnani, Jnana Chaksha is opened. When he sees the world, he says Brahman only. For Adnani, he sees the Brahman and sees the world only. So Jnani, with his eyes open, he sees the world as Brahman. Because he has come out of the word, W-O-R-D. Adnani sees the world and takes it as real. So vision is different. Jnani has Jnana Chakshu, wisdom eyes. With the wisdom eyes, he can see the Brahman in front of him, behind him, within him, outside him, everywhere Brahman for Jnani. That's why there's a beautiful song in Telugu. Brahma Vakate, Para Brahma Vakate. Who made that? Annamaya. Annamaya. Only Brahman is there for Jnani. There's nothing others. Like for a shopkeeper, there are 10,000 ornaments. Only gold is there, my dear. That's all. Nothing else is there. What do you value makes a difference. So Jnani values Brahman, he sees Brahman. You value ornament and thinks it's important. Similarly, water, wave, and ocean, right? Water alone is there. It appears as a wave or bubble or foam. But only water is the reality. That is the meaning of Brahma Satya, Jagan Mithya. The ornament is one beautiful one thing. One lady has come into a shopkeeper to sell the ornament. See, please take this. So for him, this is my grandmother gave. Such a beautiful ornament. It's 200 years old. I have so much of love, so much of affection for that, so much of emotions attached. So the shopkeeper says, all emotions keep aside. How much? It's a 300 grams. So for him, only gold matters. For emotions, feelings, all those things are irrelevant. So you have a lot of emotions, feelings in the world. I like this person. I don't like this person. I love this. I don't love this. For Dani, everything is Brahman only. What your emotions did. So that's Jnani's viewpoint. For shopkeeper, only gold. Your grandmother gave or grandfather gave. How does it matter? It's only gold. How much? For Dani, name and form was irrelevant. Only Brahman alone is the reality. You dance, sing, emotions, all those things. You see, okay, what is that? It's gold only. So, somebody, this is a Vedanta typically gives the example of rope and snake. Okay. Somebody sees a rope and thinks it is a snake. Where was the snake? Snake was recorded in the mind as name and form. Name and form is Nama Rupa. Name is given by language. Form is given by sense organ. So the name and form is superimposed on the rope. Now he is seeing a snake as a rope and he is afraid. Okay. World has created a world for him. Snake world inside. The outside rope only is there. Internally, snake world is there. So he is afraid now. Heartbeat increases, pulse starts swelling, starts sweating. So then somebody comes and says, no, it's a rope. Now he sees the rope. Oh, it's a rope only. So then inside Nama Rupa, Nama name is changed now. Rupa is snake only because sense organs are telling only rope, snake. But Nama is name is changed. It's a rope. Now he sees the snake. What is the snake? It's a rope. Same snake appears as a rope now because name is changed. Nama is changed. Rupa is same because sense organs have not changed. Sense organs are showing that rope as a rope appears like a snake. Illusion. But name is changed. Now he says, oh, only rope is there. That's how Jnani, even if he sees the world, only Brahman is there. Nama, name is gone. Rupa is associated with Brahman for Jnani. So that's why we started with Brahma Satya, Jagan Mithya. Okay. In realization, Brahma Satya, Jagat Mithya becomes Brahman alone is real. World is real as Brahman. World is Brahman only. Mithya world is name and form. Okay, for Gnani, world is Brahman only. So after Gnani, it is a world is Mithya. Before Dana, he has to be taught world is Mithya. Okay. Before Dana, world was Satya for you. Brahman was not there for you. But first you have to tell world what you are seeing is Mithya, unreal. Then you realize Brahman. Then you, after realizing Brahman, the world is also Brahman only. There is no Mithya, because the Mithya, whatever called Mithya, was nothing but Brahman only. Wave was only water only. For Gnani, world is Brahman. Snake is rope. That's why he says, Sarvam Khalida Brahma. All this is Brahma, you can say confidently. This is a Gnana Drishti. Since sense organs still can say there's a pot, mud, and all those things. But he can use it for transaction purpose, but he knows it's Brahman only. That's why it said, Brahmarpanam, Brahmahavihi, Brahmagno, Brahmanavutam, Brahmaiva tena gantavyam, Brahma karma samadhina. At the time of eating food, we'll say, food is Brahman, Anna Brahma. One who is eating is Brahman. One who is digesting is Brahman. Everything is Brahman. This is called Samadhi, a state of union with Brahman. For Gnani, he doesn't have to close his eyes to realize Brahman. With open eyes, he knows it's Brahman. Ramana Maharshi has, we have never seen photo of Ramana Maharshi with closed eyes. With open eyes, he only sees Brahman. That's the Gnana Jakshu, not Charma Chakshu. These are called Charma Chakshu, sense organs. But Gnana Jakshu is the Buddhi. Clear. So now let us take the other part of the equation. Tattvamasi, Jivo Brahmaiva Naparaha. First is Brahma Satya, Jagan Mithya. Brahma Satya, Jagan Mithya. Brahman alone is real. Right? So Brahman alone is real, is called Brahma Satya Jagan Mithya. Now the second part of the equation, Tattvamasi, Tat is Brahman, Tvam is Jiva. So second part of the equation, Jivo Brahmaiva Naparaha. Jiva is Brahman only. So individual consciousness is Brahman. It looks like a very horrible equation. Okay, it's like I am God, I am Ishvara. Horrible equation. I am suffering, I am small, I am individual. How I can be Brahman? How I can be Ishvara? Equation doesn't match. Mathematical equation has left hand side and right hand side. Equation has to match. No, there's no matching. Jiva equal to Ishvara doesn't match at all. I can't accept it. So let us understand this Jivo Brahmaiva Naparaha. Jiva is Brahman. Here we have to see a picture. The Brahman is there. Brahman is reflected on a surface called mind. Mind is the surface. Subtle body or the mind is the surface. And the reflection becomes, reflection animates the body. Body becomes alive. And through sense organs, I see the world. Same light falls on the mind and falls on the body and falls on the world. So now there is a confusion. Imagine a room, there's a bulb. Imagine there's a room where a lot of mirrors are there, reflection is happening. You switch on the light, then you don't know which is original light, which is reflection, you don't know. You're confused. Hey, there's a bulb here. Oh, that bulb is this bulb or that bulb? Which bulb is the real? So we are completely confused. Where is the light? So the Atma Jyoti, light of the self, illuminates the mind, illuminates the body, and illuminates the world. That's why he said, Antar Jyoti, Bhair Jyoti, Pratyak Jyoti, Paratpara, Jyoti Deva Jyoti, Swayam Jyoti, Atma Jyoti, Shivasmeham. Awareness illuminates the world. There's light in the world, light of awareness. Awareness illuminates our mind. Awareness illuminates the body. Awareness illuminates our deep sleep. Antar Jyoti, Bhair Jyoti, Pratyak Jyoti. Light and light everywhere. The light of the self, Atma Jyoti, is spread everywhere. But the problem is, everywhere this reflection, which is real or original, we don't know. So body is alive. Body is alive. Oh, I am the body. Okay. So mind is alive. Oh, I am the mind. Sense organs are alive. I'm the sense organs. Buddhi, intellect is alive. I'm the intellect. So I confuse where reflecting surface and virtual surface. I'm getting confused. Mixed up. I am confused means mind is confused. Buddhi. So if you look at this picture, this is Brahman, which is the virgin light, Atma Jyoti. It's reflected on the mind. Mind is a very good surface for the reflection. There's a beautiful reflection. Now you don't know which is the original and which is reflection. Confusion. So the mind reflects on the body. Body becomes alive. And something falls on the world. Now, why I say I am separate from the world? Because the world, what you call a world outside, is always inner experience inside. The world is experience as touch, sound, smell, taste, and form, which is closer to me. Compared to object, the feelings and sensations are closer to myself. I confuse with myself body, I don't confuse with the flower. So now the problem here, this original light, Atma Jyoti, reflected light, Chidabhasa, and another reflected Chidabhasa, and third reflected light, Chidabhasa. Here there is no confusion because the flower is appearing outside. In reality, I don't know flower is outside. In reality, flower is inside in your head only. So you are confusing body and mind as you. Because both are alive, both are shining in light. Atma Jyoti is the light of all lights. So which light you are saying? When you say I, you are referring to consciousness. Which is that? Is the body light, is the mind light, or the original light, Atma Jyoti? This confusion has to be corrected. So this confusion is coming because of the word called I. W-O-R-D, word called I. I is also a word. Right? A child does not know I. But soon it will learn. I means Bangaru. I means Chinna. I means Putta. The I is equal to Chinna, Putta, Bangaru. After some time, I is a boy. I is a girl. After some time, I is a student. After some time, I is a friend. After some time, I is a husband. I is a wife. I is a old man. I get so many adjectives. So first of all, we are confused. Which is the light? Body light or light, mental light or original light? Now that light itself is confused now. So many names are given. So your world is your world. The world, the names which you give becomes your world. Your world. Now, one beauty of anything is in the world, everything is a unique name. A name is given to everything. Okay. Can you give me some water? See, this lady is very smart. When I ask, give me water, she gives me water in the bottle. I didn't ask for a bottle. Water I asked, right? I asked for water, but she gave a bottle with water. But really the question should have been, how can I give water? Because water cannot be given. Implicit in my statement, when I say water, there's a meaning associated with water. Right? Give me water in a bottle or give me water in a cup. So every word has implicit meaning and explicit meaning. Implicit meaning, explicit meaning. Rudhartha and Gudhartha. Rudhartha is explicit. Gudhartha is implicit. So what you should follow? Implicit meaning, not the explicit meaning. Right? So when you say I, which meaning should I follow? Implicit or explicit? Explicit meanings I means a man, I means husband, I means father. Okay, I has a lot of explicit meanings. Implicit meaning of I is consciousness. Now, which consciousness? Body consciousness, mind consciousness, or real consciousness, original consciousness? So I'm confused now. Implicit meaning I'm confused, explicit meaning I'm mixed up. So this is a mess. This is called samsara. The word I has become samsara. Samsara is not in the outside. Samsara is I is confused for many things. The I is the Atma, the consciousness. So I has so many n number of names now. Which I is real? Hey, you are a woman. Oh, I becomes woman. No, you are a mother. I becomes mother. In reality, I is the light. Atma Jyoti. How it can become anything? So we are confused with the original light, reflected light, and names given for the reflected light. So the I is confused. That's why Ramana Maharshi says, who are you? Find out the real I. That means implicit meaning of I you find out, not the explicit meaning. World is world. The world is called samsara in Vedanta. Samsara is not outside. Samsara is world, your thoughts. Your thoughts of whatever you are associating with I is your thoughts. That's your samsara. That's your suffering. So in this whole path, this is the original light, this is reflected light, this is reflected light, this is reflected light. So which is the light? I'm confused now. When I use the I'm saying I am, when I say I is consciousness, am is existence. Which consciousness, which existence? Body consciousness or body existence? Mind consciousness or mind existence? Or original consciousness or original existence? I don't know. Vedanta is only trying to clarify this. That's called Atma Vichara. That's called Gnana. You are the Atma Jyoti. This is the first lesson which is comes you can give given when you join the Light of Self Foundation. You think it's some brand name, which is some name. It is the only reality. That's all. Your real I is Atma Jyoti. So there's another way of understanding this. Okay, take the coconut. The coconut when you take from the tree is green. Okay, when you take out this husk, it becomes like this. So let us take the coconut. So when you take from the tree, it is a husk there. So what is this? It's coconut. Remove the husk. What is there is coconut. Remove the shell. What is there is coconut. Then what is which is coconut? Husk is a coconut, or shell is a coconut, or inside is a coconut. The white kernel is a coconut. Which is coconut? There all coconut is inside the kernel. When you say coconut, explicit meaning is outer. Implicit meaning is who will buy the coconut for a shell? Who will buy the coconut for a husk? Anybody buys the coconut for a white kernel inside. The real coconut is inside. When I say you, I am talking to you, your consciousness, not your body, not your mind, not your intellect. They are all reflected lights. I am talking to you, Atma, Atma Jyoti. All understanding is happening with Atma Jyoti, not your body and mind intellect. Reflected light cannot do anything. Reflected light, original light is illuminating, giving power to that. So, this coconut with husk, it's a world. Okay? Remove the coconut, shell, this is also coconut. Remove the shell, there's a coconut inside. So, remove all the meanings associated with the word called I. Then what remains is real I, Atma Jyoti. And when temple we go offer coconut to the God, as if God wants coconut. Okay? So, coconut offer means, my dear God, I'm totally confused with my identity. I think husk is I, shell is I, real I, please show me. That's why break the coconut and give. Inside kernel, show me myself. That's why you're offering coconut. But after offering so many coconuts also, people offer 1,000 coconuts also, but still they remain nuts. Because they don't get into real meaning of coconut. And another beauty is there in offering coconut. So coconut, if you remove this juttu, what is there is 3 eyes you can see. Right? You can see 3 eyes, right? Coconut has 3 eyes. Okay. So 2 eyes we have is called charma chakshu. Okay. That only shows duality. The 3rd eye, which is called gnana chakshu, it shows us reality. So taking coconut has also symbolic meaning. My charma chakshu, okay, I'm charma chakshu, I'm seeing only duality. With my gnana chakshu, I should be able to see reality. That's why you take coconut to the temple. 3 eyes. So you have 3rd eye, the eye of wisdom. That comes only through Shravana, Manana, Nidhyasa, Viveka and Vairagya. Atma Vichara, that 3rd eye opens. So there's a great equation, Tattvamasi. Jiva is equal to Ishvara. Word Jiva is Ishvara. So this is the meaning of Tattvamasi. Ishvara means the consciousness behind the world, entire universe, all power Lord. And I am Jiva, individual, tiny little. How Jiva can be equal to Ishvara? So that's where Vedanta is called Vedanta is Jnana Marga. In Jnana Marga, you try to understand implicit meaning of each of the word. Tat meaning you understand implicit meaning, not explicit. Tat meaning you understand Rudhartha. Gudhartha. Rudhartha means explicit. Right? So explicit meaning of Tat you understand. Okay. Implicit and understand implicit meaning. So that means Vedanta is unfolding the deeper and deeper meaning of word. If you unfold the outer meaning of the world, the inner core real meaning, you get it. Similar Jiva unfold. Okay. So what is the word Tat? Tat means that. In Sanskrit word, Sanskrit Tat means that. What do you use for that? This word, that word. What is that? This is called first person, me. This is the second person, third person is the outer there. So Tat is used for that, which is not first person, me. Aham is used for first person. I am the first person and everything else is that. The Jagat is the first person. Jagat is Tat, that object. Aham or Jiva, Tattvam is me, first person. First person is equal to third person. That's what it means. At first level. If you go to the word Tat and Tvam. See, let's go to language, no? English language. First person is me. Second person is he, she, it. Right? And they. Third person. So other than me, second person, third person. So Tat here, first level. Jiva is first person. The world is second person. Tat. So now, the world is infinite, big. So the deeper meaning of the world, Jiva is me. I cannot be one with the world. Jiva equal to Jiva, Tat equal to Tam cannot happen because at the physical level, I am the body, the world is big. It cannot happen. Equation cannot match. Then you have to go to a little bit deeper meaning. So I am consciousness. Jiva is consciousness. And what is world? The consciousness behind the world is called Ishvara, Bhagavan. So my consciousness is limited and Ishvara's consciousness is infinite. Second level of meaning of Tat, deeper meaning of Tat, from Rudhartha, you go to a little bit Gudhartha. Tat means Ishvara, consciousness, who is running the world. Jiva means my consciousness, individual consciousness. So now, how can the Jiva individual consciousness become one with the universal consciousness, infinite consciousness? Ishvara is almighty, all powerful, all pervading. Okay. I am limited, I am small. So that equation doesn't match. At the consciousness level, the equation doesn't match. Then go a little bit deeper. What is that? What is Tat? At the deeper level of meaning of Tat is existence. Everything in the world exists. Sun exists, moon exists, tree exists, plant exists. Existence is what is reality. Existence appearing as tree, plant, sun, moon. Existence is only reality. Everything else is changing. Jayate gachati. Name and form is changing constantly. Even before I look at the flower is already changing. Right? Smell is changed, form is changed. But I'm not able to recognize it. That's a different matter. So, the world at the deeper level is called Ishvara. And the individual at deeper level is called Jiva, consciousness. Okay. So now, slightly go deeper. The world at the deeper level is existence, unchanging reality called existence, Sat. And deeper level, I am unchanging reality called Chit, consciousness. Our problem in life is we don't tolerate duality. I want to have non-dual. I want to have always something for me. Ye dil mange more. Right? Duality we don't tolerate. Subject-object duality we don't tolerate. The moment you see a bhaji, the bhaji has to be put in the mouth. The moment you see banana, banana has to be put in the mouth. I want non-duality. But non-duality is not possible at physical level. I see a banana. The banana has to go inside me. Duality has to go. Duality is not tolerated by us. All our life suffering is duality is there. But duality cannot be removed at the physical level. At the Rudhartha level, it can't do. At the Gudhartha level, deeper level, you can find out. So that's why Vedanta is nothing but the finding of the meaning called tat, real meaning of tat, and finding out the real meaning of jiva, tvam. What is the real meaning of tvam? What is the real meaning of tat? The drop out all the outer meaning, go to the deeper meaning. Tat and tvam, they are one. That's called tattvamasi. At the deepest meaning level. Both are referring to the same thing at the deepest level. Understand? So basically, Vedanta is Vedanta Dana. People think that enlightenment is something will happen, some lights, sounds, and music, dance will happen in the head. For that, all that you need is one peg of whiskey, or put your hand into electric socket. Vedanta is clarity, real inquiry. Who am I? What is this meaning of I? 100 names, 100 words. Real meaning of I find out. Real meaning of Tat I found out. Then I understand Tat and Tvam are one. Equation is satisfied. That is called Atma Dana. That's called Paparasha Dana. The clarity. Oh, Tat and Tvam are one. That's called Aparasha Dana. Now it doesn't require closing your eyes. It requires an inquiry. That's why Ramana Maharshi says, wherever you are, inquire who am I. Find out real meaning of I. What stupid meaning of I we are living. Real meaning of I is consciousness. And when I use the word I am, I is consciousness, I am is existence. Which is real am? Which is real consciousness? Which is real consciousness and which is existence? Atma Jyoti is the real consciousness, real existence. I is pointing. Whenever I use the word, I am really referring to I, Atma Jyoti. But I am confusing with the other light, reflected lights. Find out the real light called I. And find out the real world called world. The world is nothing but world. You remove the world, then what is there is existence? Sat and Chit. So when I say duality has to be removed, banana is separate from me, but I enjoy banana. That means subject has to become one object. Given a choice, I want that world to be my pocket. I want the world for myself. Subject object duality we don't tolerate. I want to expand by eating the world. It's not possible. All right. So what I do, I can't buy the whole world. I'll buy a small piece of land in Bangalore. That's also very expensive. Given a choice, I would have conquered the whole world. A whole world I want for myself. It's not possible. I am satisfied with one piece of land. But my desire is, I want to have the whole world. I don't tolerate the duality at all. But the duality is not there when you go to the deeper meaning of world and you. The world called Tat and Tvam called you. The deepest level, they means, deepest level, Tvam is, the word for Tvam, the word for Tvam is Aham in Sanskrit. I in English, I am in English. The real meaning of world is existence, deepest level. So existence and consciousness are one. So when existence and consciousness one, existence is called Sat, consciousness is called Chit. When Sat and Chit is one, that's called Ananda. Now, banana Ananda, money Ananda, friend Ananda, bhajan Ananda, bhojan Ananda, yoga Ananda, all Anandas are subject meeting the object. When you really understand the meaning of Tat and Tvam, then subject meeting object is not required because reality is understood. In reality, there's no duality at all. That's called Brahman. At the deepest level, Sat is Brahman, Chit is Brahman. Sat and Chit are Brahman, which is not limited by body, mind, and intellect. Ananda Swarupa. Nanu, Nanembudu, Nanalla, Ideha, Manabuddhi, Nanalla, Sachidanandatma, Shivanannani, Shivoham, Shivoham, Shivoham. So Vedanta Dana, please understand. The Vedanta, we are confusing Vedanta with yoga and meditation. In yoga and meditation, we have to make your mind silent. Okay? Or stop the mind. It's called Samadhi. In Vedanta, it's not required. Vedanta is find out the real meaning of word called Aham, real meaning of word called Brahman, and both are one. The clarity emerges. Your life is done. See, suppose I say, get me water. You know how to get in water bottle. There's no confusion at all. Because you understand real meaning of that. Once you understand real meaning of that, whether your eyes are closed or eyes are open, you are sitting in meditation or sitting or not sitting in meditation, how does it matter? Vedanta Dnana doesn't require anything. That's why it is said, for a very evolved soul, who has a Shikshat Sampati, Shama, Dama, Titisha, Upati, Shraddha, Samadhana, Mumukshutva, Guru explains to him Tattvamasi once. He is done. Understood. Over. for people who have not come with the Pakva Shamriti, they need Shravana, Manana, Nididhyas, and Seva to understand and get a very clear understanding of Tat and Tvam and Asi. So the Vedanta enlightenment is defined as Vedanta Vakya Artha Jnana. So Vedanta equation understood clearly, that's all is enlightenment. If you understand who is I and what is this world, where is the confusion? This is the meaning of enlightenment in Vedanta. But we confuse, we read so much of scriptures, so many yoga, so many bhajans, so many bhakti yoga, so many kriya yoga, so many kundalini yoga. Oh, enlightenment means something has happened. Clear understanding through Shravana, Manana, Nidhyasa, Atma Vichara, real I, real world. Then with the eyes are open, so Vedanta doesn't require eyes to be closed. That's why Ramana Maharshi never closes his eyes. So that's why now we'll come to realization. Realization Vedanta, Aham Brahmasmi. Realizations, Jiva is Brahman, I am Brahman. Now this is a process of Neti Neti. Not the body, not the mind, not the intellect. I'm pure consciousness. Jiva Brahmaiva Naparaha, individual consciousness, Brahman. This is the realization. It's a Neti Neti process. Whereas world is Brahman, Iti Iti process. The world is Brahman. Everything in the world is, oh, flower exists, tree exists, sun exists. Existence Iti Iti, and finding out to realize Neti Neti. So Vedanta Jnana is clear understanding emerging out of listening only. Shravana Matrena Mukti means that the meaning has to be understood clearly through Shravana. That's all is done live. So let us meditate for some time. Close your eyes. So there is a duality. I and the world. Aham and idam. I and this. Our language is inherently dual. The moment you open your mouth, you create the duality. The language is words. Words create the duality. Including the prayer, oh my God, save me. So I and God become separate. The language creates the duality. So Vedantic teaching is Tattvamasi, you are that. Here Tat at the first level means the world. Tat at the second level means the Ishvara. Tat at the deeper level means Brahman. Tat at Brahman, third level, deeper level is called existence. Similarly, Tvam means Jiva. First level, Tvam is Jiva, which is body, mind, intellect. Second level, Jiva means the consciousness. Third level, Jiva means Chit, pure consciousness. The Vedanta Vichara is inquiring into who am I, means real meaning of I. Our thought, our mind is confused and cluttered with several meanings of I. I'm man, I'm woman, I'm husband, I'm wife. What is common to all of this? If you don't have consciousness, are you man? If you don't have consciousness, are you woman? If you don't have consciousness, are you, what are you? So consciousness is the essential nature of you. Real meaning of I is Chit, consciousness. Are you a woman if consciousness is not there? Are you a man if consciousness is not there? Are you a husband if consciousness is not there? So these are all roles. Real meaning of I is consciousness. Even though I has, the word I is used in many contexts, many names. Real meaning of I is Atma, the consciousness, Chit. And hundreds of meaning which we give to I causes confusion. This is our mental world. Mental world is caused by word. Word is our mental world. And this mental world causes tremendous confusion in us. When I use the word I, what is this I? This confusion about I is called samsara. Which is the real I? Who am I? Enquire, who am I? Out of 10,000 eyes you have, which is the real I? Real I is consciousness, chit, sakshi, the Atma. Similarly, the million things are there in the world. Sun, moon, tree, fog, everything is there. Everything is jayati, gachati, born and gone. We use the name and form to record the changing energy patterns in the world. But energy pattern at a moment, given a moment of time, is just changing. The world is not solid. World is just changing energy pattern. But if we treat the world as if it's solid, as if it's real. So what is common in the world? Not the name and form, the existence. The tree exists, sun exists, moon exists. That existence is called Brahman, Sat. Now is Sat and Chit. Sat is outside, Chit is inside. Chit is me and Sat is the Tat, the world. Sat and Chit are one reality. They are not two. Because I exist, I am aware. I cannot separate out. Sat and Chit is one reality. When Sat and Chit is realized as one reality, this Ananda. It is like two banks of a river. They appear to be very different. This bank and that bank. The river is flowing in between. But if we go deeper into the river, the two banks meet one. Two banks are one. There's no two banks. There's only one bank, one river, one bank. Two bank is only outer appearance. Similarly, Jiva and Jagat, Jiva and Ishvara are two banks of the river. They are one reality at the deepest level. The river is the mind here. At the deepest level, Jiva is consciousness. Jiva is Sachidananda. World is Sachidananda. Jiva and Jagat both are Sachidananda Swarupa, Brahma Swarupa. There's only one reality. I am that reality. Aham Brahmasmi. And the world is that reality. Sarvam Khalid Brahma. There's only one reality called Brahma. Brahma Vakate. Para Brahma Vakate. Only Brahman is the reality. Everything else is just a name and form appearing and disappearing. Namke vaste. Namesake. Vacharam Baranam. This is the meaning of Brahma Satya, Jagan Nitya, Jivo Brahma Ivanaparaha. I am that Brahman. Existence, consciousness, bliss, Sachidananda Swarupa, pure awareness. Asatoma, Sadgamaya, Tamasoma, Jyotirgamaya, Mrityorma, Amritam Gamaya. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shantihi, Purnamadaha, Purnamidam, Purnat, Purnamuduchate, Purnasya, Purnamadaya, Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shantihi. Nanu, Nanembudu, Nanalla, Ideha, Manabuddhi, Nanalla, Sachidanandatma, Shivanannani, Shivoham, 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 Atmadarshanam, Brahmadarshanam, Brahmadarshanam, Satyadarshanam, Antarjyotihi, Bahirjyotihi, Pratyakjyotihi, Paratpara, Jyotireva Jyotihi, Swayam Jyotihi, Atma Jyotihi, Shivosmiham. Lokaha Samastaha, Sukino Bhavantu, Lokaha samastaha Sukhino bhavantu. Lokaha samastaha Sukhino bhavantu. Rub both of your hands. Give one the eyes and slowly open your eyes. Light of Self Foundation, Atma Vishwagurukulam, has been working for the last 26 years for Atmanu Mokshatam Jagadrai, self-realization, selfless service. All of you are welcome to look at our YouTube channel, website, like our videos, subscribe to our videos, and share with your friends. Namaste. If anybody has a question, you can ask. So any questions are there? For the people on Zoom, I'll come back later. First, let me answer the questions for people who are in Google Meet. Hari Om. Yeah. Guru Prasad. Guru Prasad can type if, yeah, anybody else? Okay. In the meanwhile, I'll ask the question which is asked in Zoom. Okay. Suma Sharma, wonderful lecture, Prabhuji. Thank you. Namaste. Namaste, Shumaji. So there's a question asked in Zoom. Hari Om Guruji, how we should bring a child ideally? So if language causes this thing, okay, how should I bring up a child? Now this is a big parenting question. So we spoil the child and then try to repair it. That's called Atmadana. First of all, the parent should get Atmadana. Okay, you cannot give Atmadana to child without a enlightened parents. Right? If I am blind, I cannot lead somebody else. So the child should be, parent should be wise and enlightened, if possible. Otherwise, you should associate the child with a wise and enlightened guru gradually, slowly. Somebody with the eyes. then do not give the child Advaita Dana in the beginning. Okay. So give a very beautiful name for the child. Divine name which points to the reality. Rama, Krishna, okay, or Satya, Sakshi, all these names which will point to reality. We are now in the process. Now many people take some two alphabets, cut, put, and give a name. Okay, the name is chat, because that's a unique name. Name is unique, but it doesn't help the child in the evolution process. A divine name which the child can associate with the meaning throughout its life has to be given. Then child should be, right from the childhood, should be given the good samskara of Sanatana Dharma. Tell the beautiful stories of divine beings to the child. Purana stories to the child. Bring a good culture to the child. Do not tell Advaita to the child in the beginning. Cultivate devotion in the child, bhakti. Teach child karma yoga service. And with karma yoga service, teach yoga. Yoga you can teach the child. So with that karma yoga, jnana, gradually the child will mature for Advaita Jnana. That time Guru will give Advaita Jnana. Don't try to give Advaita Jnana by yourself, unless you are enlightened. Does that, is that clear?
Yes,
Yes,
Guruji.
sir. Sir. I can hear you. Howದು? ಹೌದೌದು. Ramana effect. Correct. Yeah. ಹೌದು, ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿದೆ. Very nice analogy. So Guru Prasad in Google Meet, he is saying the spectrum of consciousness is the Atma Jyoti, the light, becomes multiple objects in the world. It's like it's a spectrum. Just like white light becomes a spectrum of violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange. Spectrum of light and spectrum of consciousness giving relations. So Ramana Maharshi's disciples who had a scientific background, they used to compare, there are two spectrum of light and spectrum of consciousness. There is a scientist called C.V. Raman who got a Nobel Prize. He had given a scattering of light. Light gets scattered. Some scattering of light, he had done research. It's called Raman effect. So the disciples use a word called Ramana effect. Raman effect and Ramana effect. Raman effect is in the domain of light. Ramana effect is in the domain of consciousness. So Ramana effect is, if you look at the consciousness, split into multiple thoughts, go to the source thought I, you become free from the scattering of light. So that's why spectrum of consciousness, spectrum of light, they gave analogy in case of Ramana Maharshi's science disciples. Raman effect and Ramana effect. Thank you, Ram. Thank you. Okay. Anybody else, any questions? So if there are no questions, I will log out of Google Meet and try to answer some questions in Zoom. Hari Om. Thank you. Hari Om. So anybody has any questions on Zoom?
Hari Om Guruji.
Hari Om.
ಇವತ್ತು ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ವಿ, ಅದೇ ಮಂಡೇ ಯೋಜನೆ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್.
ಅಲ್ಲ,
ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು
ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಸಪರೇಟ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ತಗೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. ದಿಸ್ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಸೀರೀಸ್ ಅದು ಸಪರೇಟ್ ಆಗಿ ಹೇಳ್ತೇನೆ ಆನ್ಸರ್.
ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ರಿಲೇಟೆಡ್ ಇತ್ತು ಗುರುಜಿ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ.
ಓಕೆ, ಗೋ ಅಹೆಡ್.
ಅಜ್ಞಾನವೆಂಬ ತೊಟ್ಟಿಲೊಳಗೆ ಜ್ಞಾನವೆಂಬ ಶಿಶುವ ಮಲಗಿಸಿ ಸಕಲ ವೇದ ಶಾಸ್ತ್ರವೆಂಬ ನೇಣು ಕಟ್ಟಿ
ಹ್ಮ್.
ಹಿಡಿದು ತೂಗಿ ಜೋಗುಳವಾಡುತ್ತಿದ್ದಾಳೆ ಭ್ರಾಂತಿ ಎಂಬ ತಾಯಿ.
ಹ್ಮ್.
ತೊಟ್ಟಿಲು ಮುರಿದು ನೇಣು ಹರಿದು ಜೋಗುಳನಿಂದಲ್ಲದೆ ಗುಹೇಶ್ವರನೆಂಬ ಲಿಂಗವ ಕಾಣಬಾರದು
ಹ್ಮ್. ಸೊ
ಅಂತ ಇದೆ.
ಅಜ್ಞಾನವೆಂಬ
ಹ್ಮ್.
ತೊಟ್ಟಿಲು. ನಮ್ಮ ಜೀವನ ಒಂದು ಜೀವನ ಜೀವನ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ತೇಲಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದೆಯಲ್ಲ, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೀ ಅಜ್ಞಾನ ಇದೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಜ್ಞಾನ ಮಗುವಾಗಿದೆ, ಜ್ಞಾನ ಬೆಳೆದಿಲ್ಲ, ಮಗು ಬೆಳೆದಿಲ್ಲ ಇನ್ನು. ಜ್ಞಾನ ಒಳಗಿದೆ, ಬೆಳೆದಿಲ್ಲ. ಅಜ್ಞಾನದಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ತೊಟ್ಟಿಲಲ್ಲಿ ಜೀವನ ನಡೀತಾ ಇದೆ, ಪ್ರಕೃತಿ ನಮ್ಮನ್ನು ನಡೆಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾಳೆ. ವೇದಶಾಸ್ತ್ರಗಳಿದ್ದಾವೆ, ವೇದಶಾಸ್ತ್ರಗಳು ಏನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತವೆ, ನಮ್ಮನ್ನ ಅದು ಮಾಡು ಇದು ಮಾಡು ಅಂತ ಕಟ್ಟಿ ಆಗ್ತವೆ ಆ ಆಚಾರ ವಿಚಾರಗಳನ್ನು. ಭ್ರಾಂತಿ ಇದೆ. ಭ್ರಾಂತಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ದೇಹ, ನಾನು ಮನಸ್ಸು, ಬುದ್ಧಿ ಅನ್ನೋ ಭ್ರಾಂತಿ ಇದೆ. ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಇದು ನೇಣು ಹರಿದ್ರೆ ಆತ್ಮಜ್ಞಾನ ಬರ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹೊರಗೆ ಕಟ್ಟು ಪಾಡ್ಲು ಆಚಾರ ವಿಚಾರಗಳನ್ನ ದಾಟಿ ಒಳಗೆ ಬರ್ಬೇಕು. ಅದು ನೇಣು ಹರಿಯುವುದು. ಬಾಹ್ಯ ಆಚಾರ ವಿಚಾರಗಳಿಂದ ಒಳಗೆ ಬರ್ಬೇಕು, ಅದು ಬೇಕು ಮುಂಚೆ, ಬಟ್ ಆಮೇಲೆ ನೇಣು ಹರಿಬೇಕು. ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಜೋಗಳನಿಂದಲ್ಲದೆ, ಜೋಗಳು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆ ಹಾಡು, ಆತ್ಮ ವಿಚಾರ, ಅದು ಹೇಳುವ ಗುರುಗಳು ಹೇಳುವ ಹಾಡೋದು, ತಾಯಿ ಹೇಳುವ ಹಾಡುದು. ನಾನು ಯಾರು ಅಂತ ವಿಚಾರ, ನಾನೆಂಬುದು ನಾನಲ್ಲ, ಈ ದೇಹ ಮನಬುದ್ಧಿ ನಾನಲ್ಲ, ಸಚಿದಾನಂದಾತ್ಮ ಶಿವನಾನೇ, ಶಿವೋಹಂ ಶಿವಂ, ಅದು ಜೋಗಳ. ಅದಿಲ್ಲದಿದ್ರೆ ಗುಹೇಶ್ವರ ಕಾಣುದಿಲ್ಲ, ನಮ್ಮ ಆತ್ಮ ಕಾಣುದಿಲ್ಲ. ಆತ್ಮ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಜ್ಯೋತಿ, ಆತ್ಮ ಜ್ಯೋತಿ ಕಾಣುದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ.
ಇದು ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀನಿ. ಇನ್ನರ್ ಮೀನಿಂಗಿಗೆ ಯಾವ ತರ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕು ಗುರುಗಳೇ? ಇನ್ನೊಂದು
ಮೀನಿಂಗ್ ಏನು?
ಈಗ ಜ್ಞಾನವೆಂಬ ಶಿಶು ಅಂತಿದೆಯಲ್ವಾ, ಇವಾಗ ಶಿಶು ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಈಗ ಹುಟ್ಟಿದ ಮಗು ಇರುತ್ತಲ್ವಾ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅದು ಜ್ಞಾನಿ ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಬೇಕಾ ಅಥವಾ ಏನು? ಅದು
ಇಲ್ಲ, ಈ ಹೇಳಿದ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾತ್ರ, ಬೇರೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡಕ್ ಹೋಗ್ಬಿಡಿ.
ಹಾ, ಅದನ್ನೇ ಇವತ್ತು ಡಿಸ್ಕಷನ್ ಆಯ್ತು. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನನಗೆ ಅದು ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಇದೆ ಗುರುಜಿ.
ಅದೇನ್
ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇವಾಗ ಮಗು ಇದ್ದಾಗ ಅದು ಜ್ಞಾನಿ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಮೇಡಮ್ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು.
ಜ್ಞಾನಿ ಆಗಿರಲ್ಲ, ಮಗು ಅಜ್ಞಾನಿ.
ಅದನ್ನೇ ನಾನು
ಅಜ್ಞಾನ, ಅದು ಮಗುವಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಅಜ್ಞಾನ ಇದೆ, ಅದು ಇನ್ನು ಸೂಕ್ಷ್ಮ ರೂಪದಲ್ಲಿದೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ.
ಓಕೆ, ಅದು
ಜ್ಞಾನಿ ಆಗಿದೆ, ಮತ್ತೇನು ಬೆಳೆಯುವಾಗಲೂ ಅಜ್ಞಾನಿ ಆಗಲ್ಲ ಅದು.
ಓಕೆ,
ರೈಟ್? ಮಗು ಜ್ಞಾನಿ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಮಗು ಅಜ್ಞಾನಿ, ಆದ್ರೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಮನಸ್ಸು ಬೆಳೆದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಷ್ಟೇ.
ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಬರ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಪ್ರಾರಬ್ಧ ಕರ್ಮವನ್ನು ತೆಗೆದುಕೊಂಡು ಬಂದಿರತ್ತಲ್ವಾ? ಅದು ಎಲ್ಲ ಆಗೋ ಪ್ರಾರಬ್ಧ ಕರ್ಮ ಮುಗಿಯೋವರೆಗೂ ಅದು ಅಜ್ಞಾನಿಯಾಗೇ ಇರುತ್ತೆ.
ಪ್ರಾರಬ್ಧ ಕರ್ಮ ಮುಗಿಯೋರಿಗಲ್ಲ, ಜ್ಞಾನ ಬರುವವರೆಗೆ. ಪ್ರಾರಬ್ಧ ಕರ್ಮ
ಓಕೆ, ಓಕೆ,
ಸರಿನಾ?
ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು.
ಇನ್ಯಾರಿಗೇನು ಪ್ರಶ್ನೆ ಇದೆ Zoom ಅಲ್ಲಿ? Anybody else any questions? ಸತ್ಯವತಿ, ಶೈಲಾ ಹೆಗಡೆ, ಚಿಕ್ಕೇಗೌಡರು, ವಾಣಿ.
ಗುರುಜಿ ಕೇಳಿಸ್ತಿದ್ಯಾ?
ಎಸ್ ಪ್ರತಿಭಾ.
ಇದು ಒಂದ್ಸತಿ ಹೇಳಕ್ಕಾಗುತ್ತಾ ಗುರುಜಿ? ಸೆನ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ಗನ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟಿಂಗ್ ದ ವರ್ಲ್ಡ್ ಫಾರ್ ಯು ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ
ಸೆನ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ಗನ್ಸ್ ಆರ್ ಕಾರ್ವಿಂಗ್ ಔಟ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೋದು.
ಹಾ, ಓಕೆ. I mean, you told some catch was there, like, ಅದೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇರೋದು ಏನೋ, you are only creating in your mind something you told Guruji that I missed that catch thing that you told.
ಅಲ್ಲಪ್ಪ, see, sense organs are like 5 blind people, right?
Yeah.
So sense organs are not showing us the reality. Sense organs showing what they can. Basically, sense organs are carving out the reality from the energy field, correct?
Okay.
And mind is giving a name to that. So name and form together becomes a picture in our mind. So this name and form is a recording. It's not reality. Reality is just rising and falling, energy changing. So now we are using the recording to superimpose on the current moment. When we do that, we don't live in the reality. We live in the past, which is not real.
So if I'm seeing a phone, this is anyways not a new phone, but still, I mean, I'm seeing it for the first. I'm not seeing it for the first time, right? Which does that mean that this sentence itself says that I'm taking the information from the memory and I'm seeing the phone,
No.
Or am I creating the?
Let us say, just imagine you are a child. You see a phone. What are you seeing?
An object.
You're not seeing object. No, object is the name which is given by adult. Child is just seeing a sensation, experiencing a sensation. That's all.
Seeing a sensation.
Right? Touch, sound, smell, taste. Yes, it's experiencing a bundle of sensation. That's all. Is it a phone or is it a monkey? We don't know.
Huh. Huh.
That energy pattern is touch, sound, smell, and taste. That you call as phone after you grow up.
Huh.
Right? Otherwise, just an energy pattern.
Huh.
That's the experience of the child. It's a nameless experience. And nameless experience, that changes. No, it keeps changing. Somebody removes the phone, it's gone. But for you, adult, the phone is kept here. It's my phone. All those things are recorded in memory. It becomes a solidified object.
Okay. So you mean what? How is the implementation of this, Guruji? I understood what you said.
Mhm.
I mean, what is the implementation in daily life? What
Please
you're
understand, in day to life,
say?
live in the present moment, not in the past, not in the future. Right? Living in the present
That I
moment
understand.
is the first principle. Second principle is Shravana, Manana, Nidhyasa, contemplation. Third principle is service, because a lot of deep-rooted sense of me is there in you, in all of us. Service. Shravana, Manana, Nidhyasa, service, and living in the present moment. Living in the present moment also can be called yoga, karma yoga, bhakti yoga, kriya yoga, whatever yoga is what you have to apply.
So you mean to say my memory should not get? I mean, I should use the memory, and
Yeah,
I should not.
memory is very useful. Memory is very useful. No, memory, without memory, we cannot live in the world. But we are being used by the memory, no?
That is the whole. That's the point you're trying to say.
Yeah. Do not get used by the memory. Use the memory, no?
So when you said sense organs are creating, sense organs are just the watching one, but memory-nally, I'm putting things into the memory.
Correct.
And that itself is the world.
That you start
through the
living as
words.
that becomes your world. You start living that as a world, which is not. The world is really energy pattern.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So, yes, Varun, is your answer cleared? Anybody else, any questions?
Cleared, Guruji. Thank you.
Okay. Vaniji, Satyavati, Shaila.
ಹರಿ ಓಂ ಗುರುಜಿ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್ ಇದೆ ಗುರುಜಿ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿತ್ತು ಹರಿ ಓಂ ಗುರುಜಿ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿತ್ತು
very clear and very beautiful satsang, Guruji.
Okay. So with that we'll close. Hari Om. Tomorrow evening, same 6:30, we'll have Kannada session. Namaste.
Physical world is already there. I am creating a
The
Thank
physical
you,
world
and-
is already there. It's also a world. Physical world is not there. It's just a changing energy pattern.
Okay. It's a changing energy. Some changing energy pattern is there.
I'm saying that.
The language is creating a mental world.
And the mental world becomes much more real world now.
Energy.
I'm saying